one money. It involves everybody, because when you see and you report, we are assuring you that your identity will be kept in secret so that they don't come after you. And that is what we are trying to tell everybody to come on board. Whatever you have, whatever you have, wherever you are, and you notice of any funny behavior, you call in. There are a lot of hotlines for you to call.
All right, Miss Kate, quickly. After the commissioner announced this initiative, the Rivers Zero Crime, a couple of days later, certain pockets of criminality came up, and even I think I spoke with him about. I was like, when you look at this, we had most recently the issue in UST, the campus that was attacked, and female hostel. We even had a police officer that was shot and he's gone, taken away. We had other reports of different forms of crimes like that. Now it kind of looks, we look at that and we say the task that you have to accomplish. So how and what measures beyond sensitization now do you think can be instrumental in handling some of these issues?
Okay,
because many would say crime would fight back. It's not like these people would just sit down and then everything happens. So then it then requires whether there's a proper, progressive way of doing this on ground.
Of course, there is a progressive way of doing this. And the truth is, we will not be laying these security issues, so we won't be laying all the cards here. Okay. I'm sure you know that. In as much as this crime will happen, these crimes happen every day. You also know what the CP has done concerning the MOHA axis and how they've been able to, these people have been trapped down. Yes, you know when you're trying to float an initiative, then people are somewhere just trying to be very, very funny, either to come hard and make a mess of everything or not. But we're not going to back down. This initiative only started. It only started, and that's why we are moving so fast in seeing how we get every single person involved. Now, when everybody is involved, if I talk to Mr. Ike, it's expected that Mr. Ike takes it to at least 3 persons behind him, like that. It's a gradual process, but it's a process that must be continuous. That's the truth.
All right. You mentioned other initiatives. We'll just take a few messages and open the phone lines. We have a commercial coming too as well. Perhaps we'll get to hear what other plans or initiatives are on ground that we should expect to tackle crime. Well, if you just tuned in, Nigeria Info, it's still the Morning Crossfire, and my guest is the coordinator of the Rivers Zero Crime Initiative by the State Commissioner of Police. She is Kate Ezeigbo, and I also have a member of that committee who is a former community chairman and a member of the NUJ as well, Ezeigbo, with us here in the studio. You have questions that you want to ask, you have contributions you want to make, you can use the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. And remember, we're streaming live on our social media platforms, so you can join the conversation on Facebook and on X. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On X, it is Nigeria Info PH. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. Either of those numbers, and you have access to us in the studio to ask your questions or make your contributions. I also have questions about certain hotspots that we have in Rivers State. The Diob axis is one of those places that we would come to, and we would like you to share with us how you expect to handle those areas. The Diob axis, Marine Base, Borokri, and all of those areas. Many people look at those areas and are like, you don't want to find yourself in these places. And these are places where we have a lot of these criminal activities happen, especially by young people. We'll take a commercial now. When we come back, we'll take your calls and the conversation continues. Let us know how you would rate the activities of the police in recent times with regards to tackling insecurity in Rivers State. Let us know what your thoughts are. Again, the Facebook handle is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We'll be back. coordinator of the Rivers Zero Crime Initiative, Kate Ezeigbo, and member of the committee, a member of the NUJ, and also a former community chairman in Fauga local government, Ike Wigodo. My name is Ezeigbo Andrew, and we open the phone lines now. Remember, we're asking you to also rate the performance of the police in recent times with regards to tackling crime. How satisfied are you? What would you say about the efforts so far? 08179230003. You've heard quite a lot with regards to the Zero Crime in Rivers State initiative flagged off by the Commissioner of Police. And you've heard the coordinator put out a few things on that and said, well, it's for everybody to be a part of. You don't have to be a police officer, retired, serving, military officer. You don't have to be a security personnel. Just a concerned citizen is enough, and you can be a part of it. Well, let's go on to the phone lines. I'm sure you have plenty of questions to ask and contributions to make. We'll start with Walter. Walter is at Rukboku. Walter, yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Walter.
Yes. The zero security in River State. If you will agree with me, many years we have had many outfits as constant security. But all boys mean nothing. Now, I will ask this new committee, how are they equipped by the Commissioner of Police? Because
Walter, you would have to call back. I think you got interrupted by a service provider. Abinoye is in Abua. Abinoye, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. You hear me, Andrew?
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, I also want to greet your guest. Yes, the Zero Crime Initiative, by CP Emeka is a good one. And quickly, I want to say that crime has been reduced drastically, even though there will be some skirmishes, because there's no way you can actually remove crime. But I think when Emeka came, he has done so much, by arresting kidnappers, doing all of this, and all these initiatives, is an indication that he has a vision for the state. Now, I think advocacy is a good one. My problem here is most times when you report a matter, because we are saying that people should know that security is their own business, not the police alone. And we know that. But the point, the phobia or the fear for us is that if you report a crime, it becomes difficult for you to be safe. Because when you report the crime, you become more vulnerable. Because this information, is not treated with strict confidence and confidentiality. I know of a situation where somebody reported a matter. Before he was back to his house, the boys were around. And it's the good boys I'm talking about. Most of these policemen patronize these areas, these joints. I said I was told that is where they get morale. I don't know what morale in quotes. And so when they take all these drugs, they become friends to these boys. And so if you report a matter, before you know, by the time you are coming back, already the whole thing has been exposed. And that is our fear. I think that the police should have the reorientation that when information is given to them, it should be treated with strict confidence. Thank you.
All right, thank you. JJ in Rumigbo, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
You're welcome.
And I must greet your wonderful guest in the studio. At least I know the two of them. But I must also say that good initiatives, but how sustainable. These commissioners of police, they are transferred from above. I don't know if you know what I mean. As soon as Polycarp is out, what happened to this initiative? How sustainable at the end of the day? Thank you.
All right, thank you, JJ. That's noted. Muriel is in Okrika. Muriel, Okrika woman, good morning to you.
Thank you, Etienne. Good morning.
All right, welcome. Go ahead.
Etienne, I want to comment and applaud the initiative by the Nigerian police, the River State chapter. But Etienne, I really want them to give us this result, honestly. Thank God you brought out the issue of that community that is being terrorized by this hoodlums, we like other hoodlums or criminals that residents have to pay or farmers have to pay dues and fines before they access their farms. I want them to clearly tell us what task force have they put there? What have they done? Have they been able to apprehend the boys? Have they talked to the king? Because the king of the community bluntly told us that he has no comment. So have they talked to him? They said they engaged with him, they called him. Did he answer their call? They should tell us this thing step by step. And I want them to tell me. Because if you talk about criminality, if you go to schools, secondary schools, for goodness sake, especially the school at in Foley Junction, that school, most of the time we hear of false activities. Trust me, criminality emanates seriously from that school, and so many schools. They should tell us how they want to engage. School to school resume. What are the efforts? What are the programs they are putting in place to make sure they engage students as they come? How they want to engage them? And they tell me the water side, they come to town. If you tell the water side, Abuja water side, Lende water side, Maribe water side, what plans are they putting in place to ensure that criminality in those areas are being curtailed?
All right, Miriam, thank you very much. Plenty of questions already. Walter, you're welcome. Walter is calling from Rupoku.
Yes, I called back. I was interrupted by network.
Go ahead.
Yes, like what I was saying, these outfits are things. And at the end of the day, police will turn back. A situation where a community will set an outfit in their community for this security, like what happened recently. Fraudsters, about 2 of them were arrested by Ospak and communicated to police. But at the end of the day, remember, many things happen where police will say you don't have right to carry out. Question is, this outfit that is called, how are they equipped? Arms, mobile, etc. and etc. If those things are not done, I think it will be a failure. Thank you.
All right, Walter. We'll take Jonathan from Woji, and then we'll get a response of the coordinator to some of the questions you raised. Jonathan, please turn down the volume of your radio. Thank you very much.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning to you. Go on.
Yes, I commend our sister there. She the way she analyzed things, it appears she has been into security for long. I raise hand for her. My 10%.
All right, Jonathan.
The issue is logistics should be there. They should provide logistics. Without logistics, they cannot forge ahead. Both the vehicle and rest of them and all the amenities that will make them to work. Look at Emoha now. That Emoha road now is very peaceful. They are working hard. The police in River State with the president of this this commissioner of police. I know he's a cadet. He has done that before and he's doing it in River State. He's a very good operator. He's very, very good. And they should cap down to secondary schools where you have courtesan. There are a lot of boys there that are into crime, and they have to work in tandem with the drug law enforcement agency to achieve this. Without that, it will not work. And equally extend their operation to other rural areas like the Che and the Emoha and the Eba areas. Those are the crime-prone areas. They have to work with the community leaders to teach out all these bad boys. And they're working, since they have promised that if any information is disseminated, they will not expose the person. That is very, very good. People have been very anxious of not releasing their names and the information because of leaking out that information so that they will not be arrested. Now that they promise that something will never happen with the president of this commissioner of police, that is wonderful.
Okay,
very
Jonathan.
wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and God bless Nigeria Info.
All right, thank you very much. Amen to that, by the way. Let's get back to the coordinator, Ms. Kate. So, a few things that were said. Starting with the last caller, is there a budget for the activities of this committee that are running this program?
Okay, so first and foremost, everybody who is on this committee is a volunteer. Yes, nobody is being paid. Nobody, oftentimes we'll say that we are a generation that is awake. So if we are a generation that is awake, indeed, we thought that we should begin to really get involved. Yeah. Before now, it will be difficult for you to see young people or even Nigerians just come out to say, you know what, we're tired and we just want to get this thing done once and for all without being paid. So nobody is paid, nobody is given a dime. We'll come out every day and we interface with people. We've left our businesses, we've left everything that we're doing personally, and we'll say, okay, it's time. Let's see how we'll work, because we know that if we don't get this thing done, okay, see, a lot of companies have left Rivers State. Have you tried moving around at night? Have you just tried it in recent times? You will share. In fact, the bad boy, if you go to like how many, you will see the Yahoo boys everywhere. Just try it. So it's time. If we say we're awake, then let's be awake indeed. That's why we're reaching out to every single person. So there's no everything like we came to you. We didn't pay you for being on air. You're partnering with the police. And that's what every other organization and union is doing.
Is there a partnership with local vigilante groups? We know we've had these local vigilante groups working with the police for quite a while. We have quite a number of them. There's also the civilian JTF and et cetera, et cetera. Is the committee meeting with all of these personnel to also see how they create a collaboration to work towards achieving the zero crime in Rivers State?
Okay, every agency that has to do with crime, including the NDLEA, every one of them will be reached. But just this morning already, we have written letters to all the LGA chairmen. Okay, so like we said, this initiative is new. We're moving very fast. And everybody will get on board. Every single person.
Since you said letters, because my next question was going to be those interior communities. Let me get to Mr. Ezeigbo. I come to you because you're a former community chairman, so you would understand the politics at that local level. We know that traditional rulers, interest of political parties, leadership, political followers, all of these things play a role in ensuring the success of anything, especially at the grassroots level. How are you intending as committee members to take this initiative to those communities, rural areas, the Echies, the Degamas, the Okrekas, and the other interlands? How do you pass this message across to them?
Yes, Andrew, that is why all the local government chairmen are involved. And when this message is passed through the local government chairmen, I believe all the chiefs, all the communities will also involve. See, no matter any interest anybody may have, security is paramount. And when we do not get it right, then it becomes a problem. So with the involvement of the local government chairman, with the involvement of the chiefs in all the local, all the communities, I think everybody will be satisfied. And somebody talked about sustainable. I think the CP is not going to stay here forever, and it is our responsibility to continue to drive this message to all. And that is why during the CP2 has also mapped out some of these flashpoints, like community, the waterfront, and all the rest. He's going to visit all this area. And this message is going to all these communities to ensure that we come back home and to see how we keep ourselves secure.
All right, Ms. Kate, one quick question before we get back to the phone lines. I'll take a few messages too. Would be the activities of these the committee members driving this initiative. Is it solely for information gathering and passing on to the appropriate quarters?
Of course, we are civilians and we're not armed. The police will still have to do the job. But we know that a greater part of the job, it's not in shooting guns. The greater part of the job is in information and communication, which is what sensitization to, which is what we are actually doing.
Okay. All right, let's take a few messages on Facebook. We'll come over to the phone lines in a matter of a moment again. But on Facebook, remember, WhatsApp number is still 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Blessing Ezeigbo says, okay, watching from Rumebe I don't know if that's a relation because like it's the same name. I almost thought I saw it, almost looked at you like, oh, and I said, okay, it's Kate. It's not Blessing. All right, Blessing, watching from Mbekwe, thank you. Charlie Man Obiano Z says, police and other security agents need to step up their game. They should be at alert all the time. This one, it says, I'm watching from Ogu Town, Nimengoka. Unity Bio says, well done. Okay, this message, I think this person says something that I wanted us to look at. Who says security is everyone's business. The project is sustainable, but I have a problem with the commissioner. When police officers arrest without arrest warrant, is it justifiable? This is okay. Let's pause here. Somebody raised up something I was going to ask you about. The exercise of police officers while doing their job. This zero crime in Rivers State initiative and your job as committee members, does it also involve ensuring that the police officers act within the confines of the law and don't abuse human rights?
Okay. So, if in recent times, if we must tell ourselves the truth, if you drive along the road, you see that the police officers are more cautious. Not all, but a majority.
Quite a number of them, yes.
Yes, quite a number of them. Recently,
I can attest to lots. I've met a few of them on traffic. And then
the CP is on them. So the sensitization is actually starting from them. And then now, they cannot make a mess of what the CP is doing. They know that already. So yes, it is starting from them. We understand. The CP understands that there is already a bad image. The CP understands that once a civilian sees a police, the civilian is like grumbling and what's this one coming and all that. No, the police should actually be your friend.
You're back to this saying again. Yes. Many people don't agree with it.
No.
The police is your friend.
We agree that we are civilians. We agree that a lot of persons do not agree with it. But if you hear me, we cannot be at this point. We cannot remain at the spot. We cannot. It's a two-way thing. The other day, you mentioned a police officer was shot, his guns collected. Something happened in Omok. 2 officers were shot. 1 died. The other was rushed to the hospital. 7 hospitals rejected him. His intestines were all
angry at that.
Exactly.
Even a police officer, because his bullet.
They had to bring him to what's it called now? The police clinic. The police clinic. We thank God he's still alive. That man's salary is 60,000 naira. That man's salary is 16,000 naira. So you hold a gun, and you know, for that man who holds a gun and leaves his house every single day, he is the first target. When crime was to happen. So, sorry if you hear me. So what we're saying is a two-way thing. In as much as possible that as civilians we are, which is the reason for River Zero crime. So we are like in the middle. In as much as we're not happy with the police.
Yes.
The truth is, the police, are they also being treated fairly? As a civilian, can you give birth to a child and tell the child comfortably to go and be a police officer?
So then these conversations, are they being held with the Commissioner of Police?
Exactly, that's what we're saying.
To see how we improve on the welfare of police officers.
Yes, that's what we're saying, that we're pleading with Rivers people. Everybody drop your guns. Everybody drop your shield. We know that everybody on both sides, both the side of the police and the side of the civilians, we are not happy. But something needs to be done. If the commissioner is saying, hey guys, I understand your pain. I understand. Allow me come in. Allow me help you fight this thing. Come join me. I think it is time for us to join him and fight crime.
All right, let's go to NTA Road. Chioma is on the line. Chioma, good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Go on.
Good morning. My regards to the guest in the studio.
Okay.
Okay, I'm calling because I'm a boat driver.
Okay.
And this topic is, I find it very imperative.
Hello, Chioma. Can you hear us? Hello? I'm trying to hold on for as much as possible because I think she would have something quite interesting to say. Chioma, I don't know if you still can hear us. If you can hear us, Chioma, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go on. Hello, Chioma, go ahead. And I think we got to the point where we have to move on to another caller. Chioma, can you hear us? Unfortunately, we go to Bori now. Leighton Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Nikki Andrew.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
And good morning to your guests.
Good morning.
Yes, first I want to thank God that the police have doubled their efforts from 5% to about 45 to 50% in their security inputs. But the question I want to ask go about the previous police attitude, that when you give them information, they will always like to relate back that information to the people they are against. Maybe if they arrest somebody or they are looking for an information to arrest somebody, and you told them where the person is, they will go back to give the same person information that you gave them that information where they are. So I want to ask if they have changed, they have been able to enlighten their people about this area, because if you look at the situation that is affecting the army that are fighting the Boko Haram today, is the insider giving outsider information. And that is why it seems that the fight for Boko Haram is not having a headway. So my question is, have they been able to enlighten the police, their officers, on this behavior? Because that is the reason why people shy away from giving them information. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Leighton Barry. A few messages on Facebook, some more. This one from Ferdinand Okeke says, police harassment is too much. Extortion everywhere. Drivers can't breathe because of the police, and it's too bad. Emeo Kamande says he's watching from Omagwa. CP in River State is doing a great job, but more effort is needed. St. Michael says he's watching from police headquarters. Okay. Who else? Lamaya King says, well done. Okay. All right. I think that would be the much we can take for the calls. We're already running out of time. We have less than 4 minutes to wrap things up. All right. Miss Kate.
Yes, please.
So now, you hear the concerns. Most of the concerns would be, okay, if we're saying that people have to do this, then the police, this that they do and that they do. How? Does the committee also have meetings with officers and have conversations? We're trying to sensitize them as well from a perspective of letting them understand why the people perceive them the way they do. Okay,
definitely, yes, that's ongoing. Then as for information management, the CP has already started it. In fact, as we speak to you, there is a suggestion box in front of the command right now, so it's outside. If you have any report whatsoever, just write it. You don't need to put your picture or put your name. Just write it and just go and dump it there and just give them a way to contact you and give them their lead. Do you understand? We will only see how we'll work on that to broaden it, so that probably someone from Obibo, and that's why we're looking at the hotels to see how we drop such security suggestion boxes in the hotel. That suggestion box, the other day the CP went there, opened it himself, and there was nothing inside.
It's a new culture and it will take a while for people to get used to it, of course.
So there are steps being made to curb that. And then again, the CP is also thinking that it is time for him to interface really, really, really with this with Rivers residents and talk with them. He mentioned the waterfront.
Yeah, from the Job areas and the Marine Bays and all of those.
Okay, all those Job and Marine Bays areas. Just on Friday, we had written to most of the trade unions. You know that place, you have a lot of these finished good unions, building materials and all that. So I think that will help. We've written to all of them and we're partnering with them with respect to these objectives. Okay, so that's that. And then again, let me quickly mention the CP that please, Rivers people, the CP will be having a live conference on Wednesday. This Wednesday, please just tune in and be a part of it and hear from him the many things that he will be doing. Okay. And then from September 14th to the 20th of September, there's a 1-week event flagging off this initiative.
All right.
Okay. So from the road show, where you see the police officers gifting, because the CP is also working on the officers, making them to understand that it is not all about.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. I wish we could continue, but then let's go for this commercial.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this.
Wrap things up. The coordinator for the Rivers Zero Crime Initiative, Kate Ezeigbo, trying to make some certain comments, important comments. I just let you wrap that up quickly so we can go for the news at 9.
Okay, so September 14th to September 20th, I'll have a 1-week event. So that's the flag off, and then we'll be having a road show, having medical outreaches. We'll be having Feed the Waterfront. We'll have Night of Laughter and pageant for ambassadors. The CP will use this 1 week to interface with the people of Rivers State. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your time, and also thank you, Mr. Ezeigbo, for joining us on the show as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, my name is Ifeemi Andrew. Hello Port Harcourt is next, immediately after the news at 9.
You are tuned in to